What's up guys, this is Shukesh once again, and well, after J7, J5 and J2, I've got two more Samsung devices, Galaxy ON5 and Galaxy ON7. Today I'll be unboxing the ON5 and share with you my first impression. Let's first talk about the price. The price on the box is 8990 and the retail price, that is the price on Flipkart, is the same as well. Considering the specs, I think this is a value for money device. The headline features of this phone are huge 5 inches HD screen, big battery, great camera and of course LTE support. This is a dual SIM phone as well with 14 India languages support. One point to be noted here, the price of this ON5 is almost the same as the J2, but the specs are much better. To activate this Galaxy ON5, you need to insert an Indian SIM card first. Now let's get started with the unboxing and check the device itself. There you go guys, the all new Galaxy ON5, and let's first get rid of this protective plastic. The form factor, the design of these Galaxy ON series devices are totally different from the Galaxy J series phones. This ON5 is basically a smaller version of the ON7. As you know, ON7 sports a bigger 5.5 inch screen, otherwise both are exactly same on the exterior, and the 5 inch screen of ON5 will provide better one-handed uses. Before I talk more about this handset, let's quickly check what's inside the box. First of all, you get the booklet, that is the quick start guide, and I don't think you are interested in reading this, so let's go ahead and check the headset. It's the same headset Samsung is providing these days with all their mid-range and entry-level phones. The build quality and the ergonomics of the earpods are quite good. The sound clarity is also decent enough for talking and casual music listening. The bass levels could have been better. The 3.5mm headphone jack is not gold-plated, and the remote consists of a microphone hole and a push button for answering and ending calls. The charging adapter is compact, and the USB port at the side might interfere with other cables on the switchboard. This power brick is rated 5V 1A, which is actually not bad. Samsung once again provided a shorter data cable. The length of this cable is around 2.5 feet. As you know, typically you get a 1 meter long cable. One of the main reasons you should get this Galaxy ON5 is the huge battery. It's of 26 mAh juice, and in fact Samsung's flagship Galaxy S6 sports a smaller battery, so you can expect at least 2 full days backup from this. There is nothing else in the box, so let's get rid of these things here and have a close look at the device itself. The new Samsung Galaxy ON5 looks really great actually. The screen to body ratio is 70% and this gold color is looking damn good. Well, I'm not a fan of Samsung's all plastic build and repetitive design, but this time the design has changed. It's different from typical Samsung phones with rounded corners, thick frame and shiny bezel. The new ON5 is kind of boxy and makes it look more modern and stylish. The dual tone bezel adds to the aesthetics, and most importantly, the back panel is now textured and rubberized. It looks really nice and provides a great grip in hand. I'll say this design is inspired by Galaxy Note 4, the last year's Galaxy Note, and of course there is room for improvements, but for an entry-level device I'm quite satisfied with the design and the build quality of this Galaxy ON5. Now let me give you a quick tour of the exterior ports and then I'll look into the software. First of all, the display on this phone is 5 inches TFT LCD with HD, that is 720 by 1280 pixels resolution at 288 ppi. Just below the display you will find the push button home key with the capacitive back and app switcher. Above the screen you get the ear speaker grill and the proximity sensor. No ambient light sensor once again. The front camera is 5 megapixel fixed focus with full HD recording. The rear, that is the main camera, is capable of capturing 8 megapixel stills and full HD videos. This is of course an autofocus camera. The LED flash and the loudspeaker grills are on the either sides of the camera lens. The power key is on the left and the volume rocker is on the right side of the phone. At the bottom you will find the microphone hole, the micro USB port and the 3.5mm headphone jack. There is nothing at the top, no secondary microphone. Now let's check what's under the hood. This is a dual SIM phone and takes micro SIM cards. You get the micro SD card slot here, which supports up to 128 gig cards. The SIM 1 slot is just below it, and there you get the SIM 2 slot. Now let's install the battery, switch on the phone and show you the display quality and of course the interface. Well guys, if you are really liking this review, if you think my video is pleasant to watch, then do hit the like button below and please consider subscribing as well. If you are getting this ON5 from Flipkart, then you can use the referral link in the description below as well. Well, the new Samsung Galaxy ON5 is ultimately ready for testing, and with the display on, the phone is looking more beautiful and gorgeous. The black border around the screen doesn't look bad at all, and there is no unnecessary bloatware apps and games unlike the J series devices, though you get the Opera Max browser for ultra data saving and Mix Radio, which is a free music listening application, and you can even download. Most of these are system applications except for Smart Manager and the Galaxy apps. Well, before I open any more applications, let's quickly check out of the box RAM, storage, and the Android version on this phone is 5.1.1 Lollipop, which is the latest right now. The RAM on this phone is 1.5 gig, which is just great for an entry-level device, and before downloading any application I am getting 686 MB free, which is of course not great, but considering this is a feature-packed Samsung phone with demanding TouchWiz interface, the scenario is actually not bad at all. You can play any game on the Play Store if the CPU and GPU can handle that. The storage is 8 gig and the free storage is 4.35 gig, which is again quite low, but considering the price point you cannot really expect 16 gig of storage from a brand like Samsung. Now let me check whether you can move your installed applications to the external SD card. You can surely do that, so don't worry, download as many games as you can. Now let's have a close look at the display. Well, 288 ppi is more than enough for a display like this, and though this is a TFT screen, the color rendering is damn good, I must admit. Compared to a Super AMOLED screen, the front view might not be that much different, but from steep angles you will see slight decrease in brightness and saturation. Still, it's a great display, I think best in class, far superior to Motorola Moto G 3rd generation. Gone are the days when TouchWiz was laggy and shuttery. Samsung has finally got rid of the S-lag, and this Galaxy ON5 is super smooth and blazing fast. This is the dial pad with a video calling option, and let me try the keyboard as well. Typing on a 5-inch screen should be great. You should be comfortable with both the hands or a single hand, and Samsung keyboard is I think the most responsive and accurate keyboard in the market. You can of course use the continuous or swipe input, and overall if you text a lot then you won't be disappointed with this ON5. I also want to mention here the display glass is quite smooth and doesn't attract that much fingerprints. As I mentioned before, the keyboard and the whole display is nicely accessible with one hand, unlike the ON7. So keep that in mind if you are in a dilemma in between these two phones. There you get the notification center with toggles, and this new handset from Samsung comes with ultra data saving mode, which can save up to 40% of your browsing and downloading data. Swiping brings you the Smart Manager I have shown before. You can manage RAM, storage, and kill the background applications and clear the cache. So no need to do that manually from the Apps Manager, and well, 437 MB has been cleared. So that's what I'm talking about. Now 900 MB of RAM is free, but few applications will start in the background and run automatically. There you get the battery settings. The power saving mode, especially the ultra power saving mode, will help you a lot when you are low on battery, and this is I think the best feature of Samsung devices. With only 20% battery level, this phone can manage as high as 1 full day battery backup. I have personally used ultra power saving mode couple of times and it's really amazing. Now the device security gives you the option to activate Knox Active Protection as well. As you know, this is an enterprise security mechanism that defends against mobile device attacks that attempt to observe or modify your operating system or its data. So go ahead, activate this if you need, but keep in mind this might affect the performance of the phone. You can run a scan for adware and malware as well. So the Smart Manager is quite a handy app. There are a couple of other smart features on your Galaxy ON5. Let me check the settings menu for that. Well, you can add the frequently used settings at the top, and as I mentioned before, there is no ambient light sensor on this phone, but you can switch on outdoor mode for maximum brightness. No one-handed operation as expected. The Wi-Fi is single band BGN with hotspot support, and the Bluetooth version is 4.1. This dual SIM device also supports smart dual SIM feature, that is, you can still get calls from the SIM 2 even when you are busy on the SIM 1. If you are familiar with the Lumia devices, then you might already know about this mix radio. You can listen to as many as 30 million tracks and even download them for free. Almost all the songs are available here, and you can create your own mix as well. Now the fastest and the best way to launch the camera is by double pressing the home button, and this works anywhere anytime on the phone, even when the phone is locked and the screen is off. Let's get a subject, and I have the Galaxy ON7 with me. Now let's try the 8 megapixel camera of this ON5. As you know, I'll upload the camera samples on my webpage gadgetsportal.in/camera-samples, and also into my Facebook page facebook.com/gadgetsportal. Well, the autofocusing seems quite fast and the shutter is almost instantaneous. Well, the image is looking damn good on the screen. It's rightly in focus and I think it's a great camera. I'll try it outside and also indoor in low light and talk about the actual quality in the full review, so make sure you are subscribed, and in the meantime you can check the samples. Now the selfie camera or the front camera is something you should be excited about. It's a 5 megapixel shooter and you can take selfies with a hand gesture. This front cam can also record full HD videos. There are a couple of modes as well, including wide selfie for group selfies and also interval shot. The rear camera mode consists of Pro mode, panorama, continuous shot, and most importantly beauty face. It can airbrush your faces and make them smooth. Even your eyes can be made bigger and your face slimmer. I tried this feature on other Samsung devices and it's really quite fun. On the other hand, the Pro mode is for the photography enthusiastic. You can control the white balance, the ISO and the exposure. If you know these stuffs, then try this. In the full review, I'll talk more about this camera, so keep in touch. The ON7 sports a 13 megapixel rear camera and the price is only 2000 rupees more. You get a bigger screen as well. A comparison video in between these two phones will be uploaded as early as possible, so check the channel for that. Now we are almost at the end of this unboxing and hands-on review. So far, for only 9000 rupees, this Galaxy ON5 seems like a great device. Samsung is trying hard to get into the entry-level market in India, which is dominated by Motorola, Micromax and other Indian and Chinese brands. I think this Galaxy ON5 will do great in the market, mainly because of the premium Samsung brand. Regarding CPU and GPU, this ON5 is not the most powerful though. It sports a 1.3 GHz Cortex-A7 quad-core processor with Mali T720 graphics and Exynos 3475 chipset. Considering the price, the spec sheet is decent and you should be able to play almost all the popular games on the Play Store. I'll use this device thoroughly and talk about the real performance in the full review, so make sure you are subscribed, and if this video was really enjoyable and helpful to you, then hit the like button and comment, share.